Crimea is a beautiful peninsula of mountains and valleys, nearly surrounded by Black Sea and Azov Sea. It is a federal state situated west of the Russian side of Kuban and south of Ukraine. Crimean authorities believe the peninsula would be in ruins without the 2014 referendum, which led to reunification with Russia.
Вы будете переводить потихоньку, или коллеги все понимают?
It's very important to note that we can live nicely without this international recognition. We managed to cooperate with this, but we hope that the Western friends, our partners, will have common sense, that we realize that we need to move forward in our
смысл западных политиков с тем, чтобы признать уже.
The new geopolitical setup has set rolling several adjustments to effect the full realization of the decision, making Crimea and the seat of Sevastopol federal states of Russia. Motor vehicle registration plate bearing Russian acronym and flag is a reflection of how much has changed in the peninsula.
Passports, license plates, all the documents, but people had some euphoria. They were happy with reunification, and of course it was problematic. We had to wait long queues to have all these things settled.
The progress realized in the 3-year period has eroded the discomfort among sections of the population that could have been uncomfortable with the outcome of the referendum. Roads are facing extension and expansion, with the peninsula expected to become linked with Russia mainland for first time in history by 2018, enabled by multi-billion rail system and road bridge being constructed over the Black Sea.
Construction started in 2016, but the idea of building the bridge was quite long. So after reunification in 2014, the designers started evolving and working on this project. And in December 2016, they started operation themselves.
The 19-kilometer long bridge on Kerch Strait is envisaged to cut on prices of products which reach Crimea by sea, a reason for snail-paced delivery or costly air.
Speed limit, which would officially be restricted on the bridge, is 120 kilometers per hour, which will allow all the cars travel past the bridge and cover all the distance only in 11 minutes. It would be very helpful and important for those who reside on the other part of Russia and those who reside in Crimea to get in touch and to stay closer to each other.
Head of the Republic of Crimea, Sergei Aksakov, is proud the people's decision is paying off, boasting about advancements in development never before experienced in the area.
В этой части, да. Но для нас позиция не смертельная.
Same holds true about investment. So we didn't lose any investors because Ukrainian government was a little bit corrupted, and they didn't allow a lot of projects here. We didn't see the huge number of investors at those times. That's why we don't suffer any losses from the change of regime, but we suffer maybe some difficulties, some minor drawbacks. Something like transporting, it is not possible to have direct flights to Crimea, but they are not like deadly. It's possible. And as to our economic status, I would like to point out that economic figures rise considerably, and we see that every year. And we are ready for cooperation, we are ready for common sense, we are ready for decisions, but we live in this situation. Of course, Western sanctions cause some minor problems, but they are not dramatic.
Мы и так готовы жить и работать, строить Крым как субъект Российской Федерации успешный и процветающий.
The European Union and the United States of America, following the 2014 change of the geopolitics in the former United Soviet Socialist Republics, slapped a barrage of sanctions banning all imports from Crimea and exports related to telecoms, transport and energy. The restrictions equally barred European Union investment in the peninsula. This is the reason Crimea is in search of new global partners, for we 30 states from Asia, Latin America and Africa took part and signed a document for formation of an informal association, Friends of Crimea Forum.
And halting the economic and humanitarian blockade of the Crimean Peninsula. So now for the international participants of this conference, we will adopt this declaration. Is anybody who doesn't want to participate and to share the vote? Is there anybody who is against this declaration? So, The association Friends of Crimea is adopted in unanimity, and today is the birth of this association.
Although the West maintains a stand on Crimea, with language gymnastics calling it annexation, and the others countering it with the argument that it was a reunification, what's clear is that the people are moving on. Onyango Jackson, reporting from Crimea.